Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This module, we're going to talk about psychophysics. Now, that's not what you think of. It's not some psycho doing physics. So we'll explain it as we go. It's a very short chapter, so it's a very short discussion about it. There you go, psychophysics. Just load up. There we go. All right. Let's understand the origin of psychophysics and familiarization with it. We're really not going to do too much origin. We're going to do more familiarization with it. Psychophysics is most commonly described as a quantitative branch of the study of perception. So perception in and of itself is somewhat qualitative, right? How somebody perceives something. Everybody can be different, and it's kind of up to the individual. So they're trying to get a quantitative number. You'll see this frequently to try to take something qualitative, like perception in this case, and give it a number, which kind of makes it more quantitative. Once you get it in that quantitative form, you can kind of rank it and stuff like that. And that's what they're doing here. Psychophysics examines the relations between observed stimuli and responses and the reasons for those relations. It is a study of how the mind and body work together to perform a task. Psychophysics tends to show that people work at a pace natural to them. So if you just give somebody to do a job and you're nothing, there's no pressure on them to do anything more or less than they're doing, they're going to just work at a pace that's natural to them. And that can be different for different people. But generally speaking, it's approximately the same as a walking pace of 3 miles per hour, which is just a general walking pace. A fast pace would be like 5 miles an hour. A person can walk that fast, but 3 miles an hour is just a general walking pace most people can do. Or consuming 1 liter of oxygen per minute. I don't know how they measured that, but I guess somebody did somewhere. Given control of at least one variable, time, frequency, etc., the worker will adjust that variable in order to perform the task at a natural level of output while not becoming injured. All right, this is important. So if you give somebody a job and give them control of at least one variable, like time, how much time are you going to give them, or how many of these you're going to do, or something like that, the worker's going to adjust that variable in order to perform the task at a natural level of output without becoming injured. So if you force them now, if you take that decision away from them, then of course they're going to work at the pace that they probably think is demanded of them, and that's where they could get hurt. Violators will be towed and fined $500. I don't know how much the towing is going to cost, but at least you're going to get $50 out of it. Psychophysical scales, measurement of how perceived intensities vary with physical or physiological intensities. Estimation of effort, exertion, and fatigue during physical work. So these just, again, they're estimations because it's coming from a person. The benefits provides valuable information about a subject during any study and doesn't take much time to administer and can be used within a battery of tests. Limitation, this is a big limitation. Subjects cannot be expected to give absolutely valid or reliable ratings. I've been in a nurse's station, and the nurse asks the person coming in that says they're in pain, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the pain level that you're having? And the person says, 12, and they're kind of smiling. And the nurse knows right off the bat, they're just trying to make it sound worse than it is. Because if your pain on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 10, you're not laughing and you're not smiling at all. So the nurse takes that into consideration, and probably takes it, after having done this many, many times, and again, some of these people too, takes that with a grain of salt and judges them more by what their actual, what they're doing and how their facial expression and that type of thing in their speech than what they say it is. So this is the board rating of effort. So our exertion. So now why you have a rating that starts at 6 is beyond me, but I'm not bored. So there's no exertion at all. Okay, you're at a 6 already. I don't know what happened to 1 through 5, but there we are. Extremely light, 7. 9 is very light, walking slowly at your own pace. 11 is light. 13 somewhat hard, exercise that feels okay to continue. 15 is hard or heavy. 17 is very hard, very strenuous, but you're fatigued. 19 is extremely hard, extremely strenuous, cannot continue for long. And 20 is your maximum exertion. That's the most you can do. That's a scale of exertion. Now, this is a scale of pain. 0 is nothing at all. That makes sense, right? 0.5, extremely weak, just noticeable. 1 is very weak, walking slowly at your own pace. 2 is weak, light. 3 is moderate, you can exercise, but it feels okay, continue. 5 is strong or heavy. 7 is very strong, very strenuous, but you're fatigued. 9 is extremely hard, extremely strenuous, cannot for long. And 10 is extremely strong, as hard as you've ever experienced. So that's all there is that we're going to talk about this, because that there's a more to it, I'm sure, but I don't think it's going to be much sense here to talk about very much more about than what we just covered on this. So that is psychophysics. Basically, it's the perception, trying to take the perception of people and put it on some kind of scale. And that's it. Bye.